are back with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So I think it might be time for me to stop trashing COVID-19 now. A friend of my wife's passed away last night. She went to college with my wife, and I think she was like 33 or 34 or something like that. Like, they weren't close friends or anything, but apparently she came to our wedding and I've met her before. But obviously I can't remember that. So she passed away and everyone's in shock. And I just need to ask the question, why did she pass away? Like, did she have diabetes? Did she have some underlying health issue? What was going on? It's not a very nice question to ask, but you need to ask it. I think that was the first question I asked, even before I gave any of my condolences. My wife was like, oh my God, one of my classmates from engineering passed away last night. And I was like, oh my God, was she fat? What was wrong with her? I mean, oh my God, how did this happen? And my wife obviously stormed out. I don't think I said it straight out like that. Was she fat? I think I had a little more tact than that. I think I was like, was she heavy? Was she a heavy girl? And it turns out she was a heavy girl. Apparently, when they were in college, she was a big girl. And then my wife spoke to some of their mutual friends, and apparently she'd put on a bit more weight since then. So she was a big girl. She was obese. She was in the obese category. You just can't be fat anymore. Don't be fat anymore. If you're fat in 2021, you're just going to die now. If you're fat now, you've got to start exercising. Or alternatively, just get fatter. Get so fat you can't leave the house or the room. But you can't be fat anymore. The lion is going to get you. COVID-19 is the modern version of a fucking lion chasing you down the road. You've got to stay fit. You've got to stay nimble. Just think of it like that. Pretend you're prey and there's a fucking predator chasing after you. Just fucking exercise. But COVID-19 is starting to get real fucking close to home here. My wife's friend who lives in the house behind us has it. This friend passed away. Half her family's got it. And I think it's because I'm trash talking COVID-19 so much. The more I'm trashing it, the closer it's getting. And I've had a runny nose for a couple of days. It's just been fucking running. I think it's hay fever or something like that. But it's like a fucking tap. And the skin on my hands peeling off. I don't know what that means. But last night, I was lying in bed and I noticed I couldn't smell anything and I couldn't taste anything. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I got a little bit nervous. The heart did beat a little bit faster. And then after I noticed I couldn't smell or taste, I felt like I had shortness of breath. And I was like, fuck. With the amount of trash talking I've been doing, this is not going to be a good case of COVID. And if I did get a bad case of COVID and it fucking took me out, I would have to just stick with the trash talking right until the end. I would be lying there on some tattered fucking Indian local hospital's bed because I've got no insurance. And my last words as the oxygen drains from my body will be, tell the people COVID is a hoax. But I haven't got it because I found some fucking eucalyptus and shoved it right up my nose and started sniffing, and I could smell the eucalyptus. And I could taste all my food today, so I'm fine in that respect. But I think I might be chilling out on the old fucking COVID trashing. For starters, it's getting a little bit too close. And the other reason is I wasn't as brave as I thought I was going to be in the face of an imminent COVID infection. I thought I was going to be a full stoic about it, but I started sweating. And I've been reading a little bit of stoic philosophy as well, and that went out the fucking window as soon as I couldn't taste for 1 second. I wasn't even tasting anything either. It wasn't even like I was eating something. I drank some water and I'm like, I can't taste the water. It just tastes like metal. And then I started sniffing, going, I'm like, I can't smell. I wasn't even smelling anything. I just got into panic mode because I'd been fucking trashing fucking COVID-19. But yeah, the stoic philosophy went out the fucking window real quick. You can read as much as you like, but until you get put to the test, you've done nothing. I'm actually still not that worried about it at all. I will change my tune when it starts fucking up healthy people, which it probably eventually will. Once that starts happening, you're going to hear a whole different fucking Boyle. I'm going to be doing this fucking podcast inside a hazmat suit if it starts fucking up normal people. And by normal, I mean healthy. But it's like that with everything, isn't it? If it's going to affect you, you care more. If it doesn't affect you, the whole thing's just a little bit of a fucking thinning out of the herd process. It's nature doing what nature does with a little bit of help from a Chinese lab. But nature balances and corrects. At the start, it was just taking the oldies and we were like, well, what have they done lately? They haven't done a lot, have they? Now it seems to be going, fatties, it's your turn. You can't do a couple of kettlebell swings, you're out of here. I don't know who's fucking next, but I know this. If we all agreed that we're just going to open up and whoever dies, dies, I would be into that. I would be out there at the dung throwing festival without a mask. I would not give a fuck. It's all this having to worry about other people that's dampening my spirit. Can't we all agree we don't even enjoy living that much when everything's fucking open? Now that everything's closed, we're hanging on by a fucking thread. Just open it up and we'll take our chances with a little bit of fucking COVID-19 and a little bit of dung in the eye. All right? That's it for tonight. If you're enjoying the podcast, share it around with your friends and I'll see you the fuck later.